Hey guys, this is Goku, and on this channel we talk about poker and ideas that can improve your life. Today we're gonna jump into another GTO trainer session. We're still playing the spot MP2 Open versus Button Call on 50 big blind stacks. So if you haven't seen the previous videos, you can check them out in the playlist with this spot. Well, I think we've already played close to 300 hands. Perhaps this is the session where we break 300 hands, but let's jump right into it. We've got ace jack off on an ace king king, and we're going to bet 2.5 here. It's actually a better of a check spot. But now, when the ace hits, I think we probably overbet it or check it, but I'm gonna overbet it. It's better to check it for sure. We should actually be checking here 98% of the time, which is good to know. Ace 8 on 7 jack 9, I think is a check spot, or bet 2.5. The villain actually bets 2/3. Are we gonna call this? Maybe we should fold this here actually, when he bets 2/3 of the pot. Let's see what the solver says about folding. Yeah, it's a clear fold. Okay. Jack queen off on 4/5 jack. We're betting 2.5. Checking is also fine. Villain folds, so let's go to the next one. Ace 9 of diamonds, and there's a 10-4-6 board with 2 spades. We're gonna bet 2.5. It's better to check this spot. It's a spot where we should actually pretty much always check. We get raised, we fold. King 9 suited on 8-5-4. Is this a spot where we check? Check or bet a third of the pot. Either way is fine. We hit our flush, so we're gonna overbet it. It's better to check here 57.5% of the time. Overbetting is fine, but it is a slight EV loss. And I mean, yeah, probably more important information is that the solver does it very rarely here, so we should probably bet 2/3 of the pot more often. But now, on the 3 of diamonds, I think we gotta shove it here. Again, it's better to bet 2/3 of the pot, and shoving here is actually minus 1.12 BB of EV loss, and again, a very rare strategy of the solver. So yeah, we actually gotta keep this in mind in spots like this. Pocket fives on ace trade jack with 2 diamonds. I think this is bet 2.5. It's actually bet 5.5, 63% of the time. 3-4 suited on 9-6 jack is a check fold, I think. Yep, pretty easy. King queen off on queen deuce king. This is bet 2.5. Yeah, villain folds. 7-8 suited on king deuce deuce. I think we check it here. Okay. Villain checks behind. We catch another spade, and we're gonna do a delayed continuation bet for a third of the pot. The solver agrees, but he prefers 2/3 of the pot. Bet. We hit the flush, and I assume we're betting 2/3 here, right? Or checking, but I think betting 2/3 should be the ideal action, and it's actually not. Donk betting here is the ideal action, played 62% of the time. Betting 2/3 is fine, but just 10% of the strategy. 7-9 of hearts on a tray king 4 with 2 diamonds is It's a check. It is. And a fold. Yep. 10-8 on Jack 10-10 is gonna be a bet 2.5. We get called. We hit our full house, so that's great. We're gonna bet 8 now. We should actually rather check 65% of the time. I can't seem to get those bets right. So what's the other 25% or 35% of the strategy here? Is it betting is it betting a third of the pot, or is it over betting? Probably a third, right? But no idea. Now we have an ace of diamonds on the river. And I think we gotta go with the 2/3 of the pot bet again. Or check it. I'm feeling a strong lead towards checking. Well, we're not gonna know because we chose such a rare play, but yeah. Pocket deuces on king 8-5. We're gonna bet 2.5. Checking is also fine. We get called. Queen of hearts on the turn. We're gonna check. The villain checks behind. We have another 5 on the river. And we're checking again. And losing to pocket sixes. Ace king off on deuce 4-10. I'm gonna check. Call. 5 of diamonds on the turn. I'm gonna check again. And this time I'm gonna fold. The solver agrees. Ace 10 off on jack queen deuce is a bet 2.5. Betting 5.5 is also fine here. Solver does it 45% of the time. We have a 7 of spades on the turn. And we are going to check. The solver would continue betting here 62% of the time, which is interesting. We have an ace of spades on the river, and I think this is a spot for an overbet. Is it? It is actually not. Betting 2/3 is the ideal action, played 31% of the time. Overbetting is fine. Small EV loss, but as we can see, the solver almost never plays it like that, so we shouldn't either. 6-5 suited on ace 9-8. Is this a bet 5.5 spot? Yeah, it is. Betting 2.5 is also fine. Ace jack suited on ace deuce tray. Is this a bet 5.5? It's not. It's check 83% of the time. But nonetheless, we did bet 2/3 and we hit our jack on the turn. And we are going to overbet it again, because yeah, we're taking this line, I think, yeah, makes sense. But as you can see, the solver prefers betting 2/3 of the pot here, 39% of the time. He doesn't really overbet it, just 3.5% of the time here. Pocket deuces on 9-8 queen is a check. Villain checks behind. We see a 10 of spades on the turn. We're gonna check. As we can see that the solver takes quite a bit of stabs here with pocket deuces on this turn, but we didn't, so we're gonna just check it down. And we're gonna call this bet. And yeah. We lose to ace queen, unfortunately, but we see our play was fine. And we can see, actually the ideal action is raising to 12, but it's played 1% of the time, which is funny. 10-8 suited on 10-4-8. Do we bet 5.5 here? Yeah, as we can see, all options are pretty good and played a third of the time. Pocket nines or on ace 10 6 is a bet 2.5. Wow, it's mostly a check, as we can see. We're gonna check now on the 10 of diamonds, and it's a good spot for donk betting, as we can see. But we didn't do that. Jack on the river. Is this a donk bet spot? Nope. Should rather be a check. You gotta nail those donk betting spots down. We have queen, king, queen off on deuce, ace 5, and that's a bet 2.5 or a check. We get called. There's a 9 of diamonds on the turn. I think we should continue betting here, but only very rarely. Yeah, that was actually quite bad. Now that I think of it, yeah, the solver checks here 99% of the time, and we're gonna give up right now because, yeah, the heroes got it. The villains got it, I mean. King 4 deuce. We have pocket tens. I'm gonna bet 2.5. Villains calling. Okay, I'm gonna check now on the 6 of hearts. Villains checking behind. And I'm thinking donk bet on the 8 of clubs. Should rather be 2/3 of the pot bet. As we can see, the solver plays it very straightforwardly. But donk betting is a minute part of the strategy and a small EV loss. King 10 suited on 8 king 3. I think it's a bet 2.5. It is. We get called. 4 of hearts on the turn. I'm gonna check. Checking is the ideal action. Play 96.6% of the time. The villain bets 2/3. We're gonna call. And there's another heart on the river, and we're gonna check. And I think we have to fold here, right? Yeah. 1% of the time we can call. Cool. Ace 8 suited on 6, 7, 8. I think this is bet 2.5. Villain folds. Perfect. King Jack off on 5 for queen with 2 spades. Bet 1/3. We get called. Another queen on the turn. Should we continue betting here? Maybe it's better to check. Yep, it is indeed. Villain checks behind as well. And there's a 3 of spades on the river. And we're gonna take a stop with betting 8. And as we can see, the solver prefers checking. And, well, heavily prefers checking, pretty much always. The EV loss of bet 2/3 is not big, but yeah, it's only played 0.11% of the time. Ace King off on an 8, 8, 10 is a board that we're gonna check. With our hand, the villain checks behind. We hit our king on the turn, so we're gonna bet 2/3. Checking is the ideal action, played 34.5% of the time. Betting 2/3 is just 10%, so I wonder if the solver's overbetting here or betting 1/3. Probably betting 1/3. And well, we have pocket aces, but this was the last hand, so let's exit the session. We're gonna play aces next time. What are our overall stats? Minus 23 BBs. Not bad, but as we can see, we are way too aggressive. We should be checking or calling more and betting or raising less. We didn't really have a lot of bad spots. We had a few. Yeah, I think 3 where we lost close to 1 BB or more of EV loss. So overall, a pretty good session. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoy watching this video, please leave a comment. Just write GTO. If you're not subscribed here yet, please do so now. You can leave a thumbs up below this video, and you can check out the GTO trainer in the description of this video. And you can also watch other lessons, other videos, other sessions of this WPT GTO trainer of this particular spot or other spots that we've played in the past on my channel and on various different playlists. So be sure to check them out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. You want to learn how to play poker? Great. You have little or no experience playing poker? No problem. Do you want to learn the fundamentals, the most basic principles that allow you to easily win money when playing with casual players? That's perfect, because this course was created specifically for people like you. My name is Mateusz, I've played over 3 million hands of No Limit Texas Hold'em, and I'd like to teach you how to play poker like a pro. What you will learn in this course are the fundamentals, the ABC of poker condensed into 21 short and easily digestible lectures. In each lecture, you will learn a different concept which you can test out and practice immediately after watching. Well, do you want to become a good poker player? Do you want to be able to beat recreational players easily? Do you want to have a great time winning at your local home games? Great! Get this course now and start winning at poker.